Well, this one's interesting. This is our 8th EXP now. We had no idea where we were going to get it until I got a message from an EXP group member saying that I had to make an emergency move somewhere, so buy the car or crush it. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I don't really want more to have, so this one will be restored for someone else. So keep an eye on it, because I will restore it for the public to buy. Because the glass is all really nice. There's not too much rust on the body. It's got some really rough rust on the passenger side strut tower. The driver's side one seems alright, but in here there is a hole. A big hole. The holiest of holes. So we'll try out our welding skills and get that fixed. But the whole rest of the car is really straight. Or at least what I have for it. The person I got it from couldn't get the fenders switched over in time. So he had a few EXPs and he wanted to save the best of the two for his so he can fully restore it, which is fine by me. I want everyone to have a nice one, so I'll make this one real nice as soon as I get the parts. He's just sitting on the dash and fenders until he comes back in the winter, late winter or spring to move the rest of his stuff. I'll go visit and pick up the remaining parts. But anyhow, this one's quite interesting. This is the first 82 EXP that I've seen that was not built in Canada. This did not come from the St. Thomas plant or anywhere else in Canada. I have to check out the VIN number to see where it actually was built, but this one was built somewhere in the States. My guess is California, being that this car came all the way from Oregon. The doors, he switched out. They came off a different car. Whoever owned the shell that had the blue doors on them originally had a green car. So sometime soon we'll peel off that blue paint, which actually doesn't look too bad. I'll show you in the sun. Blue paint doesn't look all that bad, but obviously the rest of the car is red. So again, yeah, I'll scrape off all that blue, get that green shining nice and pretty, take some videos and some photos, and maybe get a color match for one of our other cars, because the green is factory, the blue is repaint. Even the paint that the shell wears is repaint. It might be a EXP factory color. I believe it's one of those, what I call the spendy colors. It's the color that you'd have to pay more for because of its metallic flake content. But this car was not born that way. You can see underneath the door weather stripping that they just masked around. It was originally red over black. And then this one actually does have some of its door sticker left. And then for whatever reason, someone had to reinforce this plate for their doors to fit or whatever. That's annoying, but yeah, we'll fix that. Don't you worry about that. But again, all the glass is good. We left the headliner in here, which is great. He wanted the red interior for his car, which is fine. So I have most of a black interior in here. The only thing I don't have are black seats. These are obviously racing seats, and they sure seem like something from the 80s, early 90s, judging by the fake leather and the plastics used, and how rusty the bolts are, and what type of bolts they are. You can just tell that they're from the 80s. You had to pull the steering console, the steering column out. I'll have to replace that with one of mine. That's fine, because one of my EXPs is destined for only parts. Yeah, mostly black interior. I do have a red interior I can put in this, so I might make it black, but I'll probably make it red just because I have, at the moment, I have 3 spare sets of red seats. Man, but I only got black door panels. I'll make a 2-tone interior, red and black. Yeah, and I think that'll look neat. Red seats, black carpet, black everything else, red seats. Yeah, I think that'll look cool. I might paint a dash red. I actually do have a factory red dash, and I might paint the center console dash red, because I actually have one of them in red too. So that's probably what will happen, interior wise. But yeah, someone put Escort rims on it, and rims and tires on them. They were studded. Just like effing cool is what that is. 155, 65 13s, and I don't know if all American EXPs are like this, but this one has a weird shroud here. This weird protector I haven't seen on any of mine yet. I was just curious, because I have 8 EXPs now, and only one is like that. So I'm guessing that must be an American thing. Another thing is, like I showed in another video, I can include the link for it in the description. That is the build date, 7/6/81. And then, down here is the fender tag, body tag, buck tag, whatever you want to call it. This being an American one, it's a whole lot different than any of my other ones. I didn't even know they put these on American EXPs. I'll have to check my turbo and see if it has this now. But being that's an 84, might not. Anyhow, this is EXP number 21,712. EXP body style. That's the series number. First digit means nothing. Well, I shouldn't say that. First digit should really be a 0, because the first EXP started as 1000001. So, if you think your EXP is 100,000th, it's actually 100,000 less than you think it is. So if you have EXP number 200,000, then you have EXP 100,000 and some. But anyhow, right here it says the color. Check it out. Red over black. It doesn't give you a color code for it. It just flat out tells you. That's interesting. This car wasn't originally equipped with AC because there is no condenser here. You know, the additional radiator for air cooling and dehydrating. This is a 1.6 high output, and it actually is the one with the twin snorkels. Yeah! Yeah! So I finally got one that has the twin snorkels. I have all the pieces. Yeah! So, these will work their way onto another car. I have another high output, and it really should have these, so they're going to end up on my car. The header will stay with this car. Being this a high output engine, it has the twin snorkel intake, it will have a slightly different carb than the non-high output, but the previous owner needed the carb, so he took it. I said that's totally fine. The high output carb is hardly at all different, which is fine by me. You know, I'll just get another one off eBay, brand new for 70 bucks. So why not? The high output also gives you a higher lift, possibly longer duration cam, and then that's about it. So again, that'll stay in the engine. I can get even better cams and rollers elsewhere to improve performance on my other one, so I'm not too concerned. I'm just pumped that I have the twin snorkels because, man, they're a bear to find. And one of my cars is supposed to have them. It doesn't. So, fix that. This engine does have some blow-by. It's got excessive crankcase pressure from it, so the dipstick tube will pop out while it's running. To help fix that, the guy that had it before the gentleman I bought it from had installed a catch can, which isn't ideal, but if it works, it works. So everything under the hood here I'm going to be fixing and replacing a lot of it to make it perfect. This was interesting. It's not too often you see that sticker on these manual transmissions. Most of these you'll only find on the 5-speeds. I think all my 4-speeds have a green sticker. This one is a 4-speed. But I'll have to check out the numbers on it because maybe it's the one with the different final drive. For the first model year, you could get an optional taller 4th gear, I believe, or final drive, one of the two. So this may or may not have it. I'm going to check into that. But yeah, that's about it. This is my second American EXP, and it's bewildering that it's an 82 model. They were all supposed to be made in Canada for 82, 83 only. So this one's an oddball. I'm going to keep doing research on it because it's very interesting. Clean title. But yeah, everything on this checks out as far as I can tell. I'll have a video on how to remove this intake system. It's very interesting. Pulls air right out of that. So yeah, anyways, that's about it for now. I don't know what color I'll make it. We'll probably clean it off the spring, polish the red, and see what kind of touch-up it needs. If it needs a lot, like I got some peeling in my sails, we can touch that up. But if there is even more than what I can see here, we'll just shoot it a different color. We'll actually take a poll with the EXP members and see what color it should be, what color they want it to be. So if you're in the EXP group, keep an eye on that, because it is something I share with the public. You know, if I'm painting a car and it's something special, I want everyone's opinion on it. I want it for the world's best interest. So, yeah, that's about it. I guess in the American models, they put that weird number on the license plate off to the side. In all my Canadian models, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 digits right across here, written in white pen, just like that. But yeah, that's it for now. We'll get it up in the air this spring, see how the underside's doing. Told there's not much for holes in the floor pans. I checked them out. Only the driver's side has a noticeable hole, but long road ahead of us. We'll make it pretty, and we'll do it right too. Because if you're not going to do something right, then whatever you did didn't matter. So we're going to do it right, so someone can have an awesome EXP, one of their own. So, catch you later, guys.